Hey YouTube, it's Adrian. Just before we get you to this video, do me a favor and head over to pageantlaunch.com. We are starting the world's first dedicated pageant review site, and I would love for you to join our launch team. All you need to do is put in your email address. It's completely free. We are looking to make a pageant industry that is safe, transparent, and fair. I know it's like that most of the time, but over the last year, it's become very evident that it's not like that all of the time. So head over to pageantlaunch.com, put in your email address, and let's get you to this.
Hello, my name is Lauren Parkinson, and I am a Miss Wales Finalist 2020, and this is my interview with the Pageant Project.
Hi everyone, it is Adrian from the Pageant Project, and I am here with Miss World Wales Finalist 2020, Lauren Parkinson, who is a familiar face. Lauren, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you for having me again.
Welcome back. Last time you had a different hair color, so I guess let's start with the important question. What prompted the change?
So I think it was more to do with just my hair was so damaged from all the blonde dye. And then a friend suggested, oh, maybe you should try going for like a completely new look, like you're doing a new pageant. Obviously, I did it back in 2016, but I wanted to come back and really kind of shock everyone and be like, yep, I'm ready. I'm a new person and I'm ready for this.
Did it shock you when you saw what you look like? Because I have colored my hair. I've had long hair and I colored it blonde. And when I looked at myself, I was shocked. So how did you feel when you looked at how you look?
Well, my mum did it for me because obviously she's my hairdresser.
Right. I remember.
I kind of like looked in the mirror and I was like, oh, it doesn't look like me. And then I've just had a photo shoot done and I saw the photos and I was like, that's not me. What? So I'm like still trying to get my head around it, that because I've been blonde ever since I was a child. So ever since I was born, I've had blonde hair. So it's a big difference, very big.
Yeah. Well, you're lucky your mum was able to do it for you. But Lauren, we might as well start with the charity that you're raising money for and your event, because it's happening in a few hours. So how is the event planning going? I hope it's going well.
Yeah, I teamed up obviously with the three psychos, me, Joanna, and Chloe. We decided to do an event. We've been talking about it for so long, but just never found the right time. We've all been so busy with our individual stuff that we have going on. So we decided to do this event and raise money for Mind UK and also Beauty with a Purpose, which is the chosen charity for Miss Wales and obviously Miss World. So yeah, we just decided to have a fun time, and everyone always loves to learn more about makeup, and what's best than having one half of the UK Glam Squad, which I'm sure each pageant girl will know, Patrick and Duncan. So Patrick's coming all the way from Manchester. He's getting the train. I'm going to go pick him up at about 4 o'clock from the station, and then he's going to come and do like a little bit of a demonstration, and we have some raffles and stuff like that.
Can you tell us a bit more about Mind UK? Obviously, I'm not familiar with it. Beauty with a Purpose we do have here for Miss World. And as you know, I was just at Miss World prelim finals for one of our states here. But Mind UK, can you tell me more about what they do?
So Mind UK is more of a mental health charity. It supports people with mental health. And obviously, because they don't get funding from the government, they do require, fundraising and people to donate money. So it's just a way of supporting that charity and raising money for them. And you can also go on courses to become like a mental health. You can help out, and if they reach out to you and they need support, the signs to spot if someone is dealing really badly with their mental health and potentially putting their life at risk. So it's a good charity to support, and it's about getting the people in the community to look out for those signs for people around them. And obviously recently I did just lose a friend to mental health, and it means more than it ever did to me now, because I've realized that there's so much more we can do, and by supporting these charities you're giving them the funding that they need to get more people involved.
I'm sure I wasn't sure we were going to bring it up, but since you brought it up, I'm sure that makes it more real to you. I mean, it's one thing to talk about mental health. it's very different to lose someone who's taken their own life. And
Yeah.
we have similar support systems here in Australia, and I've actually volunteered on them and heard some of the calls from people who are in distress, and some of those memories will haunt me for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
In terms of, I guess, where you're at the moment, I mean, obviously you've got the event coming up and you're supporting mental health, and you've lost that friend recently. Does it all feel a bit more, does it feel surreal? Does it feel like you've got more of a purpose now? How has that impacted what you're doing?
I think it does just give me more passion and drive to just go out there and raise as much money as possible and just get involved more. Obviously, Mind UK was something that Chloe and Joanna had brought up, and they wanted to bring that charity into it. And I supported it, and I have obviously attended events in the past for Mind, but it was never something that I was fully involved in as much as I want to be now. So they were the ones that brought that idea to the table to raise money for them. My charity is obviously B2 with a Purpose through Miss Wales. But now that it's kind of all fitted into place, and it's given me more of a purpose and more of a drive to want to support that charity and just keep going. And I think now, obviously, I will adopt that charity into the work that I'm doing for my time as a finalist. And if I was to become, obviously, Miss Wales, then it would be something that I'd carry on supporting.
Is there any one message of, let's say someone who's watching this is struggling, hopefully not, but the way that it goes these days, someone is struggling somewhere. Given what you've gone through in the last month or so and other people have gone through, is there any one message that you really would want to pass on to someone who's struggling?
Just to reach out. And I often think to myself, am I asking my friends if they're okay too? And sometimes people don't want to talk about it, and it's not something they do want to put that pressure on other people to say, listen, I'm not okay, I need to speak to someone. But it's also about reaching out to your friends too and just making sure that they're okay. I know ever since it happened, I'm always like, Joanna, Chloe, you guys okay? Like, how's everything going? And, we're quite a good friendship group though. Like, if something's wrong, we will say it. But I think it's more aimed at men that kind of hide their emotions and don't want to speak about it.
Yeah.
And they've also got this stigmatism that they're supposed to be these strong men and they don't have emotions. But it's not. It's about just, if there's something wrong, just please tell someone, because there's going through it alone is just not good for anyone.
No. I mean, I can tell you, having dealt with mental health myself, and I published a book on it, and in the intro to the book, I published the fact that I'd been suicidal twice. And I did not reach out. It was a very lonely and very frightening place. But because generally, at least in the Western world, as a man, you're not supposed to talk about your emotions because that's weak, and reaching out for help can seem to be weak as well. And the mental health figures for the Western world are scary, but particularly for men. So, always ask if you're okay, but especially men, I think. So guys, as I mentioned a couple of minutes before, if you'd like to help support Mind UK and help support Lauren, just go to I know that the font below Lauren's video is extremely small. I didn't have time to make it bigger, but if you go to that link and you donate, then that money will go straight across to Lauren. But Lauren, just to change tracks for a little bit, you've got the 3 psychos. And I do know, because I asked for questions on Instagram, and I will get to those in a second, but can you tell us a bit of a backstory with the 3 psychos and what those 2 psychos in particular mean to you?
So back when I did Galaxy, Joanna was a finalist with me. So she was going for the England crown and I was going for the Wales crown. Very last minute, like I'd met Joanna in appearances and stuff like that, but very last minute, my hairdresser had dropped down. So Joanna was like, I'll do your hair. So literally ever since then, she's done my hair, and like we've just formed this friendship. And then I remember going to Miss Teen Great Britain, and Chloe was competing, and she placed first runner-up that year. So she was still in like the teen phase, and she had obviously her friends, and I was a miss, so it wasn't really like we didn't have time to interact. But that was the first time I met her, and she was competing, and I remember everyone going up to her and she's like, "You've got this, you've got this, you've got this." And I was like, "No, guys, don't say that." I was like, "Chloe, if you win, you were great." But like, no matter what, you've done your best. And I think ever since then, like, we've kind of had these little individual moments with each other that has brought us all together, and then our friendship just grew and grew ever since. Like Galaxy, I handed over and Chloe and Joanna were coming, and I was like, oh, if only I'd have waited a year, we all could have been sisters. But you know, time happens that way, and we all had our time at Galaxy, and we all had like that mutual bond through Galaxy.
Who came up with the group name?
I think it was me that changed it. I think we were all having like a rant in our group chat, and I was like, oh my god, we all sound like a bunch of psychos. Like,
does everyone in that chat rant roughly equally? You all have your time, or is there one person that tends to rant more than the other?
We all have our time, we really do. And like, it's the voice notes, and I think Joanna sent
oh no
voice note before, and her boyfriend's been there like, what is going on? Like, because you can just hear all these voice notes coming through. Yeah, but it's good.
Yeah, that would be an interesting Facebook group to be part of.
We might like just going just so you can read the messages.
I think I might be overwhelmed. Guys, I'm just looking at the Facebook. Ellie Mia, Little Miss Teen GB has said, "Hi Lauren, I love your dark hair."
Thank
with
you,
an
Ellie.
X. And whilst we're on the topic of the three psychos, and I feel I need to clarify, I'm not calling it the three psychos. They call themselves the three psychos, just in case someone thinks, yeah,
but
just in case someone.
Psychos, that's the thing. We're actually really, really nice girls.
I tell you, after all the psycho killing, Dexter serial killing fascination with that, I'm actually beginning seriously to wonder. I really am. Okay, so let's ask you questions from people who are currently in your house, starting with Joanna Johnson, asking you, what's been the highlight of being involved in pageants?
The highlight of probably meeting the psychos. No, I'm joking. That is one of our highlights. But I think it's just meeting new friends and experiencing new things, like having a nice girls trip to Florida and watching Galaxy International. We just had so much fun, and I think it is definitely the traveling and seeing the world as well.
Did you get really badly sunburnt
in Florida?
Yeah,
I did.
I seem to remember seeing a photo, and I just looked at it going, oh my god, it was bright pink.
Yeah, so basically we went to a water park, and I'm on medication. I'm not even supposed to go out in the sun, but I was discharged from my medication. And I decided to like go in the shower because we were getting ready to go out for like dinner or something, and I'd washed all like the sun cream off, and then I'd lay out in the sun for 5 minutes, and I was like, oh great, this hurts.
That didn't take long at all, huh?
No, it didn't.
Dear me. I thought that was like a good hour or two.
Though. I swear it did turn into a tan.
That's impressive. I figured you just flaked like crazy.
I didn't actually feel, no, I was fine.
That's good to know. Okay. Olivia McPike. Who's your favourite Scottish gal?
That's a hard one.
I messaged her back saying, do you really want to know the answer to this?
Well, Olivia, but then Chloe's Scottish as well. So can I say them both?
I don't know. It seems that she might want you to pick. Okay. All right. She has written that question and she put 2 sort of eye emojis. So obviously she really wants to know the answer. And then she's also asked, who was your favorite roommate? Also with the eye emojis.
I already said I was going to say Zambia. No, but I enjoyed Olivia's company because we just end up eating like cheeseburgers at 1 a.m. after the pageant was over.
How badly do you struggle with Olivia's accent? I mean, she told the story when I interviewed her that she spoke to you for 10 minutes and you just didn't get any part of it. Is that normal, or was that just an exaggeration?
It did happen, but I think I was just so tired that I was zoning in and out of the conversation, but also couldn't understand a word she was saying. And I was just looking at her like, no, I didn't get that.
If I was talking for 10 minutes and you looked at me with that facial expression, I would stop. I wouldn't keep going, believe me. I just had so many comments. Olivia, if you're watching, I've had so many comments about people who love your accent, but then they also say that they can't understand a word you're saying. So they love how you sound. They just can't understand what you're saying, which is hilarious. Another question from Olivia. Why did you decide, and we should talk about obviously Miss Wales and Miss World. Why did you decide to go back to Miss Wales after 4 years?
Yeah, so I last competed in Miss Wales. That was my first ever pageant in 2016. It was before I even knew what a pageant was. So I'd gone there just thinking, oh, it's like this fun experience. You just get on stage, strut your stuff, and that's it. But there's so much more to it. And I think it took me that time to move away from it, learn what I needed to, gain more experience in the pageant world. And then I know that I can go there and just do my best and know that I've put everything I possibly can into it. So that I kind of also felt like because I didn't have the experience that I thought I needed, I need to go back and prove that I can do this.
Can you give us some idea as to how you feel you've changed over those 4 years? I mean, I can only imagine. I mean, it's got to be a huge transformation.
Yeah, of course. So I think over the past 4 years, I really know what it takes to be a role model and be an ambassador for Beauty with a Purpose, for Mind UK. So to do all this charity work and all this community work, I know how hard it is and how to manage my time. So I think going back and I'm going to have those skills that I need to. It's like a job, isn't it? You gain your experience, you go and you want that promotion, you want to move higher up, and I think that's exactly what it is. So I'm going back with those necessary skills to put forward and hopefully bring something to the Miss Wales organisation and just do well. If I was to win, obviously go to Miss World and really do well.
And obviously, I interviewed you last, probably, as you said, it's over a year ago. I can't believe time has flown that quickly. But can you give us an idea as to how you've changed since then? Was that your most recent pageant? Was it Miss Grand?
Yeah, so I did Miss Grand in October, handed over this year in June, and then found out like 3 weeks ago that I was a finalist for Miss World Wales, so that was good fun. But I think from Grand to Miss World organisation, it's a different. They look for different things. Miss Grand is this big, extravagant show. They're after a personality more than someone that is going to be more involved in their community. And I completely understand like different requirements for different organisations.
Yeah.
But I think the improvement from myself is just learning more about myself and being away for 3 weeks with a bunch of girls from all over the world. It's given me more patience as well of understanding other people. And sometimes there's a language barrier, so you have got to have that patience. You can't get frustrated if people aren't understanding you the first time, obviously because you're all in the same boat. And I think it's just given me those skills that I need to go to Miss World and just make friends for life, because I've already met so many from MGI and doing that experience. But personally, I've grown so much, more mature, and I feel like I'm ready for it now.
You do. I do remember interviewing you, and I recently rewatched parts of our interview. You do. I don't know exactly if this is the right way to say it. You do seem a different person. You do seem more. I don't know if mature is the right word, but you do seem, and obviously we've discussed what's happened over the last month or so, that might have something to do with it, but you do seem like you're more centered and you have more sense of purpose as to what you want.
I have a clear vision of what I want in life. I think that is the main thing I've got from all of this. Definitely.
It's a big change.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was Olivia's question. And guys on Facebook, if you have any questions, put them in the comments. I'll circle around to them. I'm just going through the Instagram comments questions.
Mm-hmm.
At the moment, if you missed that part, Joe has asked, what do you feel the epitome of a Miss Wales is?
Ooh,
Big
I
words,
love
Joe.
this. Yeah. So for me, each Miss Wales has brought their own quality to the organization, and everyone has been so different from each other. Like Gabriella, I competed with Gabs when we did Miss Wales the first year I did it, and then I competed with her at Galaxy. She knew that Miss Wales was obviously more for her than Galaxy, and I think she's brought that more experienced side to things. It's her third time doing it, so she's brought hope to girls that have done it in the past and have maybe not placed where they wanted to. So I just feel like perseverance, but you can also win on the first go. That's why it's such a mixed bag of girls that end up coming out with the crown. And I like that. It gives people that have maybe never done pageants before a chance that they could win, because there's girls that have walked in there, never done a pageant, and they're like, yeah, bye, I'm going to Miss World.
Yeah.
And then you have someone like Gabriella who has worked so hard for this. So I just think they all bring different quality. But for me, to describe a Miss Wales would be elegant, poise, they're very well-mannered and know how to handle themselves in a social environment. They just walk into the room, and every time I've been to Miss Wales or Miss Universe, I think I went for my first time because it's always fallen when I'm busy. So I walked in, obviously I met Hannah. I've followed Hannah on Instagram for a while. Bethany, who handed over to Gabriella, and they just walk in and you just look at them and you're like, hi, you're that pretty in real life too. But also they can back it all up as well with the way that they speak and the way they interact with people. So yeah.
I've had a couple of I think it's Gabriella I probably will be interviewing, and is it Emma Jenkins, I think?
Emma Jenkins, yeah.
Yeah, and
she handed over the year I did Miss Wales.
Right. And I've just been
and she interviewed me at Galaxy.
Oh wow.
Yeah. She goes, so Lauren, what made you go to Galaxy and not back to Miss Wales?
That's a difficult question to ask. What did you answer?
Yeah. I think I said something along the lines of I'm grateful to Miss Wales for helping me understand pageants and what it really takes, but I wanted to try something new.
Yeah.
And maybe gain that experience and go backs. And that's what I've done.
Yeah. It's funny you mentioned that, because our current Miss World Australia, it's not her first pageant, but it was her first time through Miss World. And she won. And I think that was only probably her second big pageant. She'd done a smaller one before. But then you've got girls, as you said, who've been through it 4 or 5 times. So it's definitely an interesting mix. And Joanna Johnson also, okay. Who's your favorite psycho? And I need to clarify this again. We're not talking about psychos, just in your group chat. All right. So she wants to know who's your favorite psycho. You're getting the really difficult questions I got to ask. It's like, who's asking, who's your best friend?
That's literally what it is. They're both my favorite out of the group chat. But if we're talking about proper psychopaths, I have no idea.
Maybe let me break it down a little bit. So if you were stranded on a desert island, which one of them would you take? Chloe or Joe?
Oh no, I can't choose.
You can't?
No, I'd probably say I'll take myself.
Who would you get to who would you get if you're having a dinner party? Which one of them would you get to cook?
None of them, I don't think.
Are they good and bad at the same things, are they?
They each have their own quality. If I was going through a lawsuit, I'd choose Chloe. If my hair was falling out, I'd choose Joanna.
Those are two fairly extreme cases. All right, let's leave Lauren alone. Joe is putting you guys on the spot. Oh, and Chloe's jumped on the Facebook. And guys, if you have any questions, put them in Facebook. Chloe has said, can't wait to see you soon. Janima has said, morning. Chloe, ha 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 ha, the sunburn. It looked really bad. I'm surprised you tanned afterwards. Olivia has said, ha ha ha, but someone And then Chloe's reacted to it with a sad face. I don't know. Joanna has said she's full of big words. Did you know that Joanna? Do you know? What is Joanna's least favorite word? Do you know what it is?
Lush. And I said it to her this morning. I said my favorite word is going to be lush, 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 lush.
Suddenly the viewer count goes down by 1. She also has this irrational hatred of the word flannel. I can't. Why flannel? Like, do you know why she doesn't like the word flannel?
No, probably because she's a psychopath. Okay, my cat has come in to say hello, apparently.
You can hold a cat. It won't be the first time we've had a cat. Oh, that's a... Oh, that looks like my cat. Is that a boy?
No, a girl.
Girl. She looks like a rag doll. She's got that same dopey look on her face.
Yeah.
You can hold her if you want. If you want her to share the interview.
She'd probably attack me. She's not that loving. Only when she's in the mood to like have a cuddle. That's it.
Well, you might get a slap in the face and. Okay,
yeah.
Let's keep going through Facebook. So Chloe has asked, if you were to win Miss Wales, what would you hope to achieve through Beauty with a Purpose?
Okay, so for me, my kind of idea of a Beauty with a Purpose project hasn't got like a clear path just yet. I know that it's going to come with time, and I'm openly admitting that, like, it's not something that I've always thought about. Like, they always say you need a platform, or you need this, or you need that. But for me, it's just about bringing confidence to the younger generation. Like, there's a lot of girls out there that maybe struggle with the way that they look, and I struggled since last year with my acne, and that affected me quite a lot, and I didn't realize that until looking back. So for me, what I want to achieve with Beauty with a Purpose is to just bring more confidence to those young girls out there that maybe feel the pressure of social media, of seeing this perfect image. And I think I've shared quite a bit of me with no makeup on and the difference that it's made. But at the time, at the start, when I was going through it all, I really didn't want to share it. It was not something that I felt comfortable posting. It was only until I found my own confidence inside to say, this is what I look like. And I'm owning that. And I think it was back when I competed in the UK for my title of Miss Grand Wales, we had like an empowerment day, and the woman that did it came in and said, I want you to post a photo on social media with no airbrushing, no filters, no nothing. And that wasn't something I felt comfortable with, because I was dealing with these big cysts on my face that no makeup could hide unless you airbrushed it. And I openly admit that I felt the pressure back then to do that. Now I look back and I'm like, why did I get so worked up about my skin? Why? There's people that are going through far worse than that. But for me, that was something that really, really mentally and I think physically damaged me. But now I know that it's just one of those little bumps in the road that we have to move forward and move past. So if through my Beauty with a Purpose project, I can just empower so many young girls to feel so comfortable in their own skin. And if you do have something that you don't like about yourself, there's always other solutions. Like for me, acne, there was always a solution to go on medication and, move past that and get on with it and kind of help it and improve it. But now I just want to show people that it's a part of growing up. It's a part of becoming who you are. These things will in the future just make you so much stronger. And I think that's what's kind of changed in me this past year, is I am so much stronger.
I imagine you saw Ashley Wilde's photo, similar to what you described, and she mentioned in our interview that she reached out to you. So, and now Ashley has posted a similar photo and gotten coverage in newspapers, which is amazing. How does it feel to you, having taken that photo and then inspired someone like Ashley, who in turn has inspired a lot of other people? How does that feel, knowing that that photo you took did that?
I think we need more of it on social media. We need to see the real side of people, and not just the Instagram edited side of things, and like retouching images. Like, we're all gonna have things we don't feel like comfortable about, like, oh, I could just put my waist in a little bit by there, or my arm. It's like, I get it all the time, like my muscle bulges out of my arm, but I don't it's fine. It's like you can get over it. And I
Mm.
think we need more people to show the real side of ourselves instead of just overly editing. And it's not realistic. It's really not. And for
Yeah.
Ashley to go out there and really bring coverage to it, and for me to have been, to have inspired her to go
Yeah.
out there and do it, was just amazing. And I'm glad that people are following suit and can really just show the real side of themselves. And
Yeah.
these young girls that are growing up in these pageants, or maybe not in pageants, but just follow you on social media, are
Mm.
looking at you, and one day they'll aspire to be like you. And I think it's such a good thing to do for these young girls that maybe are going through like bullying in school, or going through, as you do
Mm.
as teenagers, you grow up, you're developing, you're changing. And for them to see that, okay, when I get to this age, I know that I can just be 100% myself.
Mm.
It's amazing. It really is.
Yeah. Like a chain of goodwill. Ashley did mention that
Mm-hmm.
she's super tough as nails, and I believe her. She said
Mm-hmm.
she just got, what set it off for her was just getting a random troll comment on Instagram, and she didn't even read the whole
Mm-hmm.
thing. She just saw the beginning of it because, when your phone's on lock screen, you can see the first few words. And she said she was at the gym, saw it was about her skin, and it completely made her break down.
Mm.
Um, and she
I know
she
Ashley's been struggling for quite a bit with this skin. I've been trying to
yeah.
give her different methods. I told her to go and see a dermatologist. That's probably your best
Yeah.
bet. She followed my advice and she did, and she's on the same medication that I was on, and it is such a harsh medication. Like, it does
Yeah.
so much to your body.
Mm.
Like the back pain, the dryness, the sore lips. I think she's in a group chat with us all because we have another
Mm.
pageant group chat, and I was sharing photos in there, and she was like, "Oh my god, like your lips, like they crack all by
Yeah.
here." It was so horrible. But if I can help her and tell her the products that I used, and she can hopefully, not have such a harsh time with it
Mm.
like I did, because I was obviously learning like
Yeah.
from new. Like I only knew like a few people that had been on it. They'd been on it years ago, so
Mm.
they'd forget the products that they'd used. But for me to have gone through it then and there, like literally just be discharged as she's starting it, I could like give her so much advice, which is good.
How, I mean, you mentioned that you've just recently come off it before you decided to burn yourself horrifically in the Floridian sun. How does it feel now, having been through that journey and being on the other side? And obviously, your skin looks a lot better. But in terms of
Mm.
how it makes you feel, can you describe that?
I just love it because I used to, when I was suffering with my acne, makeup
Mm.
used to just make it worse. So I'd go to work and I'm an estate agent, and I'd walk down the street, and I remember this woman turning around to her daughter who was only about 12 or 13
Mm.
and went, "Oh, look at her skin."
Oh no. Oh,
And I just,
jeez. That's
and that's a
bad.
little girl, that's her daughter, like a little girl who's going to grow up, and
Yeah.
God forbid, like she doesn't have anything like that happen to her skin, and her mum's having to go through that like my mum went through it with me.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't know how people can be so cruel. Like, you never know what
Mm.
someone else is going through, because one of the main side effects of Roaccutane is suicide and depression and psychosis.
Yeah.
Um, it's a known fact, and it is in our, when we get our booklet, it is one of the main things at the top of the list for side effects. So how did she know that I was not really, really struggling personally? Like, I could have
Yeah.
done. Luckily, I was strong enough. I had a very good support system around
Mm.
me, but something more could have happened from that.
Mm.
So for her to have said that to me, it kind of gave me more of a push. And now that I can just walk freely through wherever, like a supermarket, I had someone come
Mm.
up to me and go, "You should try Sudocrem, that'll help your face." And I'm literally just there doing the food shop, like in a vegetable aisle, and she comes up to me and I'm like, "What?" I already had a hat on, like a cap, and I'm like trying to hide, like just get my vegetables and go. So
Wow.
like now I can just walk freely with no makeup on. I have like a
Yeah.
tiny bit of scar in which you can't see. It's not anything compared to what it was like.
Mm.
But I'm just so much more confident in myself that I can just go out there, and if Miss World wants or Miss Wales wants a no makeup round, I'm like, yes, I'll do it.
It boggles my mind that people can just say such horrible things sometimes. It,
Yeah.
it
And
really,
that thing,
really does.
it's like, come on, you never know what that person is going through.
Yeah. Yeah, but again, it's something that we hear so often, but until you're on the receiving end of it and you know how it feels, that's light years different to just intellectually knowing that we should be
Yeah.
nice to one another. Chloe has said, after our event becomes a raring success today, what other plans do you have before the competition?
So I think I've just been so like fully focused on this event. I think after this I can have like a clear path and a clear mind of where I'm going to go next. I know I obviously want to do more events. Um, I've been saying for ages that I want to do a skydive, but I'm so scared. Like, I don't know if I could. Maybe I'd do something more like not that daredevilish, but
Well,
something else.
you can do a low skydive, just jump out at 3,000 feet versus a 10,000 feet one.
I know, but I feel like my heart would just give up.
Oh no!
Like,
well, you just got to get to the bottom and be dead.
Beating out my chest, and I'm like, like a panic attack mid-air. That would literally be me.
Well, I mean, it would make for good social media. I mean, that's what everything is about these days. It's about content. You'd have great content.
Finalist jumps out of an airplane and suffers from a heart attack as she's on her way down. That would be like the headline.
There you go. You've written it already. I'm sure that'd get you some good press coverage. Okay, so maybe a skydive out of, I don't know, a treehouse or something like that. Chloe,
like a zip line or an abseil.
Chloe has said, Joanna, you're mean. Chloe has then also said, ha ha, amazing. Joanna has then said, ha ha ha, Chloe, like, I'm sorry. So obviously the rest of your psychos group chat is having an argument whilst we're having this
Don't break down just as I'm not talking to you at the moment.
They're going to have a rant to you after this. Lynn, like Chloe's mum has said, don't have Chloe cook, she'll poison you.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
Is she that?
But to be fair, like, adults woke up to such nice breakfasts in Florida because I think Chloe's boyfriend Sam was doing the bacon and the scrambled eggs. I was on the pancakes, Chloe was on the toast. Like, they had it all. They were spoiled.
Chloe was on the toast.
That's what she didn't do.
You need someone.
A couple of them.
if so, okay, I think I might just leave that there. If Chloe's culinary skills means she's on the toast, which at least in Australia it's at one button, I think that says it all. Joanna has said, "I'll cook for you fried cheese." Oh, Joe, fried cheese. Lynn has said, "Hi." I'm trying to find you a question. Chloe said, so proud of you with the journey you've gone on with your skin. I'm confident that so many young girls will have an amazing role model if you were Miss Wales 2020. And your mum has also said, so proud of you. You have come so far. I think that's a good time to ask you. This is something I didn't really get to ask you in our last interview. Obviously, your mum, you've mentioned she does your hair and she has done your hair. What has your mum's support meant to you throughout, not just your pageant journey, but I guess from the very beginning? You messaged me once saying that you were a wild teenager. So to have had your mum's support throughout the whole thing, what has that meant?
I don't think it was wild in a sense like I was naughty. I wasn't naughty. I just, I wasn't involved in pageants when I was like 18, 19. I think I started when I was 21.
Right.
Or 20. I think 20. But, you'd go out with your friends and then I think pageants kind of taught me there's more to life than just going out with your friends and getting drunk.
Yeah.
So for me, my mum was kind of glad when I got involved with pageants because I had like something happen to me. I was out and 3 girls just decided that it'd be fun to just beat me up. So that kind of like ended my times going out. And my mum was there, like I was suffering a lot with like PTSD and anxiety and depression. So my mum was there through it all, like through everything. So for her to be by my side with me every step of the way through pageants, coming to Florida, coming to Myanmar when I was competing obviously at MGI. Yeah. I remember I chipped my nails. She was like, okay, I've got like 20 packs of nails for you here. Like brought them to the hotel. I think it's the little things more than anything. I know that I can have my stressy days when it's just time to, before like I get on stage, like I like to just be left like to calm my nerves and left to it. And my mum's like, have you done this? Have you done that? Have you done this? And I'm like, Mum, don't do this to me now, because I will just blow. I'm like, I'm not in the right frame of mind to deal with it. But although you have like your stressy moments, I know that whilst I'm in rehearsal, she's there steaming all my dresses, doing everything for me. And I think to have someone like that, when maybe my other family members don't get it, I don't think they get it at all.
Yeah.
But to have my mum there that fully gets it and loves it as much as I do is really amazing.
When is she entering a pageant?
She's been saying this for like 3 years now. She's like, I'm going to do Ms. Galaxy UK. And Holly was like, do it then. And Maria was like, yeah, please do it. But I don't think she ever will. She's like, I'm not getting up on stage in a swimsuit.
It sounds like she has all the skills, and obviously you'd be able to help her with all this stuff.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I could train her.
I think that's happening. Guys, I'm going to go through the Facebook comments quickly, and then I'll take Lauren through the final 10 questions. Just a reminder.
Has it been like that long already? I feel like I've only been here for 10 minutes.
It's almost been 50 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
If we keep going too long, you'll miss your event. We'll miss your event. I'll
bring you along to my event.
If I was there, I'd certainly turn up. But guys, just a reminder that we are trying something new today. So if you have a look at the link below Lauren, you'll see a bit.ly link, bit.ly/TPP charity. If you donate to that money will go towards Lauren and her fundraising. So particularly if you're not able to get to her event and you'd like to put a few pounds there, then go to that link and I will pass all that money on to Lauren. So please do that, because obviously it's a worthwhile cause. Okay. Let me see if I can find you any more questions, Lauren, in the Facebook comments. There's a load of messages of support. I might leave you to go back through them later. Otherwise, we'll be here all night. You have to do one, Lauren. Oh, that must be about the skydiving. Joanna's insisting on throwing you out of a plane, so she's a great friend.
Joanna, do you want to come with me then?
Well, she's written that it's best feeling ever, so obviously she wants to do it.
She'll have to come and do it with me then.
I said I was going to find you a question, but you should see these. It's so funny. Chloe has put, "Look, I am book smart, not cook smart." I get that, Chloe, but to be honest, if you're on toast, it's not being cook smart. That's like really bad. Your mum has said love you. Joanna has said we love Louise. Louise has said no. Come on, Louise, do a pageant. I mean, Lauren will probably be there anyway. You might as well, kill two birds with one stone. And Natalie, hello Natalie Carly, has said, get it, Mama Louise. All right, so guys, if you have any more questions for Lauren, put them in now, and I'll circle back to them after.
I have an idea. If we can get the target to £100 by the end of the week, my mum has to do a pageant. So if the donations below come to £100, my mum has to do a pageant.
I would put the money in myself, but I tried this the other day, and because it's my account, I can't donate to it myself. Otherwise, I would. But guys, look, if you put in like even £5, you'll see this bar below Lauren's picture begin to fill up with green. You'll see a cute little thing on the screen with a cartoon dog saying that you donated with a message of support, and then you'll get to have your name going over the top, and hopefully you'll pick a better username than Tarded Dinosaur. Anyway, okay. So, yeah, let's go through the final 10. If you have any more questions, put them below. If you want to help Lauren with donations, put them in now. Lauren, you do not need to answer the same answers as last time. If you,
I don't even think I remember my answers from last time.
I don't think I remember any of them.
No.
Oh, all right. Well, first time then. Okay. Question 1. What is your favorite word?
Lush. That one's for you, Joanna.
You want to say it a few more times?
Lush, 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 lush. Do you know it's actually a Welsh word? And I don't know why she doesn't like it. Her best friend's Welsh.
You told me that. Okay, you said you felt personally attacked when she said that she hated the word lush. I interviewed Imogen, Miss Teen GB, the other day, and no, it was Katrina. She's an actress, and she said her dad and her used to play this game where in the answer to every interview question, you had to get the word lush in there. Well, a word in there. So I think what you should do, just for Joe's sake, is in the final, like we've got 9 more questions, see if you can find a way to get the word lush into all your answers. Okay? You got to find a way to, in the final 9 questions. All right, so number 2, what is your least favorite word?
Well, it's definitely not lush.
That's an easy one. Do you actually have a least favorite word?
I'm going now. That's like a sentence though. Like I hate when my friends are like, I'm gonna go now. I'm like, no, don't go. You've got to stay here forever.
Separation anxiety. Okay. Yeah. Question 3. In life, what gets you excited? What turns you on?
I think pageants, that adrenaline you get backstage is just so lush.
Oh God.
I'm doing well, aren't I?
Yeah, you're doing super well. I think Joanna has put vomiting emojis in.
I'm gonna cry. No, like...
I'm already crying. It's okay. I mean, did you actually mean that answer, or you just meant that answer so you could say the word lush?
No, I did mean that answer, like pageants when you're backstage and you've got that adrenaline rush going through you.
The adrenaline rush is lush. That next time you do a t-shirt run, that's what you should put on the front. The adrenaline rush is lush. Joanna said she's crying too. Okay. All right, you're doing very well, Lauren. Okay, so question 4 is what turns you off?
People are just mean for no reason. I'm like, just be lush to people, like it's fine.
I wonder if you and Joe are going to be friends once you get off this call.
There's no getting rid of me, I'm sorry, but she can't. I know where she lives, I have her tracked on Find My Friends.
Hang in there, Joe, you can do it. I guess, Lauren, to make it a bit easier, because she also loves the word flannel, so if you can't fit the word lush and put the word flannel, I think you get double points, though, if you can put both lush and flannel in the same answer, okay?
Okay.
So question 5, what sound or noise do you love?
When the flannel, just like when you're washing your face, it's so lush.
I'm now at the point where I don't know if you're answering the question or you're just trying to say lush and flannel as many times as you can.
It's like taking over my brain now, that's it.
That was a good one.
What sound do I like? I think it has to be my niece. Like when you tickle it, and you know when babies laugh and they're like, like I have a video on my phone and she's just uncontrollably laughing and I'm just like, oh my God.
You sure she's laughing? Because that sound you just made didn't sound like laughing. It sounded like she was having some sort of heart attack.
Her laugh is just so cute.
Okay.
But it's like, I don't know, like a high-pitched squeal and giggle all at the same time.
Okay. As long as she's laughing and not terrified, then that's all.
Yeah.
Okay.
She loves spending time with her Auntie Lauren. Or as she would go, Auntie Warren.
It's not like she can really... Well, how old is she?
Almost 2.
She can't really run away from you if you're tickling her.
No, she's never going to be able to run away from me.
Let's go to question 6. What sound or noise do you hate?
You know, like when people like whistle.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really like high pitched, but they'll do it with their fingers and they're like, yeah. I really don't like that. It kind of makes me go, Or those fog horns. I don't like them.
Okay. I can't do the whistling.
I've been at a pageant before and someone's had one of those horns and it's like, ooh.
Why would they have one of those horns at a pageant? It doesn't... When would you use it?
In the audience to like support the girl that's on stage.
I don't know. To my mind, it just seems...
And if you've ever seen the documentary on Netflix called To Be a Miss, it's about Venezuelan pageants and how they find the perfect miss. And they have like drums and those horns and everything. I'm like, whoa, that's a bit too OTT.
Wow. Okay. That sounds like something I'll have to have a look at.
Yeah, it's a really interesting documentary. I recommend watching it.
Question 7. If you could have any
Hmm.
one superpower, what would you pick and why?
I think did I say this last time? Teleportation.
I honestly can't remember.
I think I did. Like, I'd love to just click my fingers and be somewhere else.
Well, that makes
Just for
sense.
like a few nights and then go back home. Like when it's my day off work, just like click my
Oh,
fingers and I'm in.
yes. No, no, I remember now. Yes, because you were talking about how much you love Taco Bell.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And you said it'd be nice to be able to just, jet off to Taco Bell and then come home. So,
I actually found Taco Bell had opened in the mall in Bangkok. So last time I was there, it wasn't there the first time I went. So last time I was there, we ended up in Taco
hmm.
Bell.
Do you still love Taco
Mm.
Bell as much as you loved it before?
Yeah, when we went to Florida, the outlet malls, and I already eyed up like a Taco Bell across the street. So I went, right, our parents are missing Chloe and Sam. Let's go to Taco Bell. So whilst they were all shopping, trying to find us around this outlet mall, we were sitting there with tacos.
This sounds like an obsession. It doesn't sound normal.
It is. But the Baja Blast and the Crunchwrap Supreme, oh my goodness.
I don't even know
And now I
what
have
that
another
is.
obsession, which
What
is Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets.
is that a Taco Bell thing?
No, it's the restaurant's called Chick-fil-A and they
Oh,
do chicken nuggets and oh my goodness, and their Chick-fil-A sauce. I need to live in America, really do.
well, I mean, you keep badgering Maria about letting you into Bella Latina. the whole interview with Maria Torres, it's you trying to convince her to let
This
you.
has been like a good 3 years of trying to convince her, and I think I should just give up right now.
I think you'll wear her down eventually.
Yeah. I
Uh,
did steal one of her sashes though when I worked for her, the ambassador one, and I had it on, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, congratulations!" I was like, "I'm joking. Like, I'm still Miss Grand Wales. Don't worry."
poor Maria. Question 8. What job or
Mm-hmm.
occupation, other than your own, would you most like to attempt?
Oh, this is a hard one.
You want to answer the next one first? You can come back to it because the next one is what job would
Maybe
you.
like a chef or something. I'd love to be able to cook.
You mean you can't cook?
I can cook. I'm
Oh, you
actually
can.
quite
Okay,
good at cooking,
right.
but like I'd love to be able to cook for other people because I enjoy doing that.
What, speaking of cooking, what is Welsh cuisine? I've been asking all the Scottish girls about haggis and deep fried Mars bars, but what's Welsh? What's a
Welsh.
typical Welsh dish?
I don't know. Like growing up, it was just more of like pie and mash, or cottage pie, or shepherd's pie. But we do like our Welsh lamb.
Okay, and I've heard
Mm,
of that here, so that must be a thing, famous for lamb.
yeah,
Okay,
I do. I do like lamb too. It's
okay.
really nice.
Well,
I'm
what?
not vegetarian. Sorry, guys. I worked in a butcher's for 2 years.
That might be enough to turn some people vegetarian, but what job or occupation, other than your own, would you definitely not like to attempt?
Probably working in a butcher's again.
So it really turned you off?
It was just when you'd see like the eyes and the tongue. Yeah, it wasn't a pretty sight at all.
It wasn't lush.
No, it really wasn't lush.
I don't know why, but every interview now that I do with a pageant girl, the subject of killers or murders or serial killers or something comes up. It's just the
Well, at
weird.
least it's not Biscoff.
Well, so I'm assuming from that tone that you don't like Biscoff.
I do, but I just don't have an obsession with it like everyone else.
I still haven't actually gotten around to Biscoff. Well, I mean, they're obsessed with Biscoff. You're obsessed with Taco Bell. At least they can get Biscoff.
Mm.
You can't get Taco Bell in the UK.
Well, I did make us drive like an hour to a Taco Bell after an appearance once with Lynn and Chloe.
Oh, do you have Taco Bell in the UK? Do you? I thought it was only in
Yeah,
America. Oh, I didn't know you did.
there's one in Wales, but it's like 3 hours away, and there's one in Liverpool, which is an hour away. Manchester have one, so
Why don't you just start up a Taco Bell franchise?
that I could. I was thinking about it at one point in life, but then I thought I wouldn't end up making money because I'd just eat all the products.
hmm
So I don't know. I don't know if it'd be a money maker or not. or whether I'd just be the size of a house and then have nothing to sell to customers.
And that'll do wonders for your pageant career as well, I'm sure. Okay, final question. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Your granddad's over there. And, like, just point me in the direction.
Okay, well, let's go to the Facebook comment section one more time, if we're brave enough. As I mentioned, Joanna has put a lot of vomiting emojis there. Joanna Johnson, I'm glad I pulled that prank on you now.
Oh,
What
she made me
prank?
cry.
What did she do?
Well, in our group chat, Joanna's just gone on holiday. Her boyfriend surprised her with a holiday for her birthday.
Right.
So when she was there, she sent us a photo. Actually, I'll see if I can get the photo up of her with an engagement ring on.
I was going to say, she's tagged, yeah.
Wait, oh, there it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like this, crying. Because I thought she'd got engaged.
Yes.
And I was so happy for her. And then she was like, am I joking? It's cruel, right?
That is an odd sense of humor, to joke about getting engaged.
So she's been saying it. She's like, I'm just waiting for the ring now. I'm just waiting for the ring.
The problem is, next time she actually says she's gotten engaged, you're not actually going to believe her. Yeah, and then you won't be happy for her, and she'll be upset that you weren't happy for her. So she's done it to herself. After that, she's also written that she's leaving right now because you kept saying the word lush. Ethlu has jumped on and said Borda? I don't know what that is. Is that Welsh?
Borda.
Oh.
Borda means good morning in Welsh.
Okay. And she's asked, what is Biscoff?
It's like this biscuit that everyone's obsessed with. You get it like in a coffee shop next to your coffee. You know, usually they'll put like a Biscoff.
Yeah, I've been tagged in so many photos of, like, is it Starbucks? And apparently they're giving out Biscoff biscuits or something, and everyone thinks it's funny to tag me in photos of that. So I still haven't had it.
It's over your timeline.
Yeah, I just keep getting tagged in Biscoff photos. I'm like, what?
I mean, you send some in the post, and you can decide whether it's
I'll just
the most amazing thing ever.
I'm just gonna have someone I'm in the UK, and I'm just gonna be like, oh, is that what it was? Like, oh, okay.
Oh, are you coming to the UK?
The goal is to get over there for Galaxy UK. So.
Oh, yay!
And I'm hoping for some warm weather. Danielle, let's.
And then you just stay a bit later and come to Miss Wales.
Oh, when is that?
April 25th. It's like, I think it's like a month difference. So stay for a month.
I'll see what I can do.
Okay.
Danielle has also said, see you in a few hours, Lauren.
Oh, can't wait to see you, Danielle.
And Natalie has said, I have a Taco Bell in Colchester, Lauren. Get in the car, boo. With I did not know there was like a burrito. I don't. Which one is? It's not a. Is that a taco? The one, the hard shell with the filling. Is that a taco? Or is that a burrito? I get confused.
Yeah.
Burrito is a soft
wrap. Taco.
Okay. Gotta study.
Yeah, but you can have a soft taco as well, which is like, instead of it being like a hard shell, you have a soft shell.
Okay. All right. Now, just before we wrap up, is there anyone that you want to give a shout out to or say thanks to for supporting you throughout your pageant journey?
Yeah, so I just want to say thank you for everyone that's coming to the event today. And if you still want to come, there are tickets available on the door. I'm just excited for a good afternoon now.
Do you have a nice day for it, weather-wise? Dare I ask?
No, it's so cloudy, but it's indoors, so it's fine.
This is one thing I'm not looking forward to about the UK, because I know what the weather is like. Horizontal rain.
My friend's coming from Thailand, and she's like, oh my God, I'm not prepared for this weather. And I was like, no, it's going to be so cold. Like, get some jumpers.
Coming from Thailand, because they'll also be kind of in their summer or their wet season, so going to the middle of the UK, oh no, I feel sorry for her.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Lauren, it was lovely to get to chat to you again.
And you, after like so long.
Yeah, a lot's happened, huh?
And you didn't know that I actually knew like almost everyone in the UK pageant scene. Like, wait, do you know Lauren too?
No, I didn't know. You seem to be like the underground mafia of the pageant scene. You're linked to
Yeah,
everyone.
yeah.
You're
Yeah.
the godfather. I will keep you on the line for just a second whilst I hang up with the audience. But just a reminder, guys, if you'd like to donate to Lauren to help support her with Mind UK and Beauty with a Purpose, that link is still there in the description above the interview, and I'll keep that open until Friday. And anything you donate, I will hand straight over to Lauren. But I will.
And if we reach £100, Louise has to do a pageant. That is the deal.
Yep. And we have asked her permission for that, obviously, so she's okay with that. It froze just as I'm saying goodbye. So I'm going to thank everyone for watching. It's perfect timing, as always. And we'll speak to you next time. Hey guys, it's Adrian again. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe. And remember to head over to pageantlaunch.com and join the launch team for our pageant review site. All you need to do is put in your email address. Thanks, and speak to you next time.